For centuries, the Galactic Empire ruled the stars unchallenged. Its fleet stretched across thousands of systems. Its legions crushed all rebellion, and its archives spoke of no power greater than itself. The Empire believed it had mapped every civilization worth knowing. Yet deep in the uncharted void, far beyond the rim of recorded space, something old stirred. A ghost of a forgotten species long dismissed as legend. Whispers began as static in subspace channels, strange signals that bore no known encryption. Patrol vessels that ventured too far toward the outer fringe vanished without trace. Their last transmissions contained nothing but silence, broken by faint rhythmic pulses that resembled heartbeats. Admiral Routh of the Imperial 7th Fleet received the first direct report. A scout flotilla had detected colossal objects drifting beyond a dead nebula, objects forged from metal unknown to Imperial science, their hulls scarred but intact. The data feed showed faint human characters etched on their flanks. The automated translation tagged them as ancient Terran script. One word repeated over and over: Invictus. For the Empire, humans were myths, primitive beings that had supposedly perished long before the dawn of galactic civilization. The archives mentioned them only in fragments, a defiant species that fought wars against extinction, wielding fire and steel before vanishing into darkness. No remains had ever been found, and scholars assumed they were fables created to explain early galactic ruins. Now those fables were moving. The first encounter was swift. A destroyer from the Imperial Vanguard approached one of the derelicts for inspection. It transmitted greetings, scanned for life, and began a boarding maneuver. Then its signal cut off. Sensors detected a sudden surge of energy from the dormant vessel, followed by a beam of pure light that tore through the destroyer's core. No debris remained. The Empire responded with force. The 7th Fleet deployed 200 ships around the mysterious vessels. Commanders barked orders, shields flared, and weapons locked on target. The lead dreadnought opened fire, unleashing volleys of plasma across the dark. The shots struck the ancient hulls, but the energy was absorbed, disappearing like rain into an endless sea. Then the humans awoke. The derelicts came alive, their hulls unfolding with mechanical precision. Their once dark surfaces shimmered, with blue light as power cascaded through conduits older than the Empire itself. Communication attempts failed. Instead, a single transmission broke through every channel, broadcast in a voice calm, yet commanding. Identify yourselves. This region is under the protection of the Terran Defense Network. Unauthorized aggression will be met with lethal force. The Empire ignored it. The human warships moved like predators. What the Empire thought were relics became machines of terrifying precision. Energy cannons ignited in blinding arcs, cutting through Imperial cruisers as if they were paper. Shockwaves rippled across the void, and one by one Imperial ships vanished into burning clouds. The fleet, proud and disciplined, found itself disintegrating before it even understood what it faced. Within minutes, silence returned. Only drifting. Wreckage remained, silent witnesses to the rebirth of a power lost to time. Reports reached the Imperial core within hours. Panic rippled through the command networks. Analysts scoured archives for any clue to humanity's fate. But the more they uncovered, the less sense it made. Old records hinted that humans had achieved near godlike mastery over physics before their disappearance. They had built fleets capable of bending space-time and weapons that could shatter worlds. Then, mysteriously, they sealed themselves away. Some said they transcended physical reality. Others believed they simply went to sleep. Now it seemed they had returned. The Empire sent more fleets, each stronger than the last. None returned. Satellites detected new human vessels emerging from slipspace, sleek, angular, and massive. They bore markings in the same ancient script, each ship a monument to forgotten engineering. The Empire's most advanced dreadnoughts were dwarfed beside them. Across the galaxy, fear spread. Worlds that once worshipped the Empire began questioning its invincibility. Traders whispered of human ships appearing near border systems, not attacking but observing. When approached, they vanished. When threatened, they annihilated their enemies without hesitation. A council was called. The Emperor demanded answers. Strategists proposed diplomacy. Others demanded retaliation. But none knew how to contact the humans directly. Every transmission sent toward the outer void was ignored. Then one day a signal arrived. It came as a simple data packet, untraceable yet flawless in its precision. Inside was a message in perfect galactic standard. "We remember what you did." The council fell silent. None understood what it meant, until historians uncovered buried data fragments. Long ago, before the rise of the Empire, an alliance of early stellar powers had launched a campaign of extermination against humanity. They feared human expansion, their technology, and their unpredictability. The records revealed orbital bombardments, biological plagues, and genocides carried out to erase every trace of Earth. But humanity survived. Somehow, against impossible odds, they escaped. And now they had returned. The Empire began fortifying its borders, deploying planetary shields and constructing new armadas. Propaganda called the humans ancient aggressors. Yet deep down, even the soldiers felt doubt. The Empire's might had never been challenged like this. The humans didn't conquer worlds. They didn't demand tribute. They simply removed those who attacked them and then vanished again into the void. Admiral Routh, who had survived the first encounter by chance, was summoned before the Emperor. His eyes were hollow, his voice quiet. "We are fighting ghosts," he said. "They do not rage, they do not hate, they act with purpose." The Emperor dismissed him. Orders were given for a massive assault on the coordinates of the first battle. Over 3,000 Imperial ships assembled, forming the largest fleet ever created. As they advanced, they detected the human ships waiting, only a dozen of them, arranged in a perfect defensive formation. The Empire believed numbers would prevail. The battle began with a roar of light. Thousands of plasma bolts streaked across space. Missiles detonated like stars. The human ships did not move at first. Their shields absorbed everything, bending energy into rippling distortions. Then, one of them fired. A single beam erupted from its core, slicing across space like dawn cutting the night. Entire squadrons vanished in a flash. The beam passed through shields, armor, and hulls as if they didn't exist. The human fleet advanced slowly, each volley precise, measured, unstoppable. Imperial ships attempted evasive maneuvers, but human targeting was perfect. Entire formations collapsed under a storm of light. Within an hour, the largest fleet in history was gone. Only silence remained once more. But then, something unexpected happened. Instead of pursuing the retreating survivors, the humans transmitted another message. "You have forgotten who we were. We have not forgotten what you became. Stand down and live." The message spread across the galaxy, broadcast on every frequency. Billions heard it. Some cheered, others trembled. The Emperor raged, declaring total war, but his people were already losing faith. Imperial scientists attempted to replicate human technology, but every attempt failed. Human alloys resisted all scans. Their energy signatures defied comprehension. Soon, human ships began appearing near major worlds, not as invaders but as silent observers. They lingered above the skies, watching cities, scanning life forms, and then vanishing. No one knew their intent. Some believed they were measuring the galaxy's progress. Others feared they were preparing judgment. One day, a small Imperial colony vanished entirely. In its place, sensors detected a vast structure forming, a ringed station emitting stable energy signatures across multiple dimensions. Human ships encircled it like guardians. Probes that approached were instantly vaporized. A single message was sent from the structure. "The Sol defense perimeter is active. All aggression beyond this line will be neutralized." No one had ever heard of Sol. Imperial scholars searched the oldest maps and found references to a star long lost to stellar drift. It had once been home to Earth. Humanity's cradle had returned to power. From that moment, the galaxy changed. Trade routes shifted away from the Sol frontier. Border systems pledged neutrality. Former Imperial colonies declared independence under the protection of the Terran defense network. The Empire's grip weakened as fear grew stronger than loyalty. Still, the Emperor refused to yield. In desperation, he ordered the construction of a superweapon, the Imperial Sunbreaker, designed to destroy entire planets. When it was complete, he aimed it directly at the human perimeter. As the weapon charged, the stars around it dimmed. Power levels spiked beyond safe limits. Then, just before firing, every system across the Sunbreaker went dark. The entire weapon shut down. Its crew screamed as displays flickered with a single message: permission denied. Moments later, hundreds of human warships emerged from slipspace around the weapon. Their hulls glowed with energy older than civilization itself. Without firing a shot, they transmitted another signal to every ship, every station, every planet in range. You sought to erase us. You taught us fear. We learned instead. Then they vanished again, leaving the disabled weapon floating in silence. The Empire's fall was not immediate, but inevitable. Its fleets refused to fight. Worlds seceded one,